Hello and welcome everybody for our today's class. And today I'll try to show you some techniques how to join your reading section with your writing. Why? Reading and the writing sections are similar to each other and they have much in common. For example, most of you have read some books, maybe you have solved some IELTS reading tests and you know some techniques, you know some words, and while gathering your vocabulary you also experience it with some academic texts. So in the IELTS reading passages, in the IELTS reading test, there are, in the passages, within the passage, there are no mistakes, and there are no collocational mistakes, no grammar mistakes, and no inaccuracies, and no inappropriacies. That's why if you are looking for the samples of writing, task 2, band score 7 or higher, you can find those samples from reading section. So here is the tip. Reading passages reading passages in the IELTS are 7+ writing samples, so they can be considered like that because they don't contain any grammar mistake, and there are no collocational mistakes, no other mistakes as well. That's why if you copy some ideas and if you copy some structures from readings and if you adopt some styles of writing like proofing or giving the general idea, giving feedback for your ideas and giving examples, providing solutions, and you can find all of them from the reading passages and they are very useful for improving your writing. You just need to first second and lastly So how you are going to do that? Most of the students can understand the words, know all the words, and can translate easy, simple sentences. However, when it comes to the remembering the idea of a text, they cannot remember. Why? Because they may misunderstand some parts, as the words have 2 or 3 meanings. With the words having multiple meanings, it's difficult to identify which meaning is correct and which meaning suits to the context of the text. And that's why when you're reading the text, you need to read it for 3 or 4 or 5 times, not less than 3. Why? First, you will identify some unfamiliar words after you learn them. After you finish learning unfamiliar vocabulary, and then you read again in order to understand the main idea, main gists of the text. And when you read for the 3rd time, you need to pay more attention to the grammatical rules and the complex sentence structures within the text. And when you identify the sentences that you liked, ideas that you liked, you need to take your notebook and you need to copy them, as your memory is not perfect. That's why after you copy, you read those structures, you try to change them. For example, if the text is about an ecology or some ecology related problem, you can change it into a political one, or you can change it into a topic related to economy or health or anything else like that. And when you're reading for the last time, let's say it's the 3rd time or it's the 4th time, maybe it's the 5th time. So the last time you should pay attention to the reading speed. You should notice that your reading speed increases. And you should also feel that you have improved memory because of repeating the text multiple times. You can easily remember the full context maybe. At least you will remember the 70% of the ideas and 70% of the meaning of the text. This is the only way. So reading the text for 2 or 3 times in order to identify the structures, in order to evaluate your reading speed, and in order to identify unfamiliar words. And also, after adopting the style, you also need to pay attention to the organization and style of the reading, where the author is giving general ideas and how he or she is proving them, and what type of examples are given, in which structure, and in conclusion, how author is going to the conclusion, which structures is he using, what type of style is he using, is it an academic style or is it a style related to literature, maybe he's writing in a scientific way, maybe he's writing only his opinions. So you need to pay more attention to the general style of it. So how you are going to do that? Imagine this is the text in the IELTS real reading. We have sections here. Okay, section A and section B. So they're called paragraphs. One paragraph contains only one idea, and it will demonstrate and it will describe only one idea. So at the beginning they may give the general idea here, and later on they will explain this idea with details and with examples till the end of the paragraph. And when you move to the paragraph B, they will provide you one more idea, one more general idea, and then they will continue explaining it. So this is overall style of reading. And if you can successfully adopt it, I hope your writing will also improve. That's why try to pay attention more to the structures, more to the oral style of the text, and unfamiliar vocabulary as well. If you see a collocation used in the sentence, try to copy it. Copy the sentence. Why? Because most students struggle, most IELTS beginner students struggle when making use of collocations. Thank you very much, and from our next lesson we'll be training with writing section as well. Thank you very much.